What you're about to watch is actually yesterday's video, but absolutely everything in that video still applies today. So all of this is still completely relevant. There is only one thing that I want to point out, which is that when I spoke about the longs, they're even more crazy now, so even more indicative of further downward price action, and the fear and greed index has actually moved up. So why people are getting more comfortable here is beyond me, but these two signs are still pointing to the market dropping down. So this is a lot. It's only a 12-minute video from when I started, but there's a lot that I'm going through. Sit tight and you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. All right, and there we have it. We have seen that dump off the resistance areas. Ethereum was climbing into its resistance area. Bitcoin was climbing into its resistance area, and unfortunately they've both now taken a bit of a drop down. None of this taken us by surprise. This is exactly the subject of what our previous video was talking about. You know, how if we did manage to break these areas, we could have a nice big jump for Bitcoin and Ethereum because there wasn't much resistance above. But I was very, very clear in saying that there was resistance where we were trading. And so as long as we don't get above it, you know, the default is always going to be that, you know, you drop down. So that's ended up happening here. Yet another rising parallel channel bites the dust. And yeah, we have seen a breakdown. Potentially just coming down to capture some new support now, guys. There's really not a lot of crazy stuff to say about this. You know, I know a lot of people are going to be looking around for all sorts of crazy explanations for, you know, what the market is doing, but it's a super normal thing, you know, that Bitcoin has just done here. And generally, the only thing that happens after you break down from wedges like this is you just fall down to find the next area of support. You know, so if we redraw this to look a little bit more like, you know, when a little bit earlier when we first got our kind of breakdown, you know, something a little bit like this, pretty much what I had drawn originally. The only thing the market did when we lost this wedge support was it just kind of fell down to this next area of support right here. If I just drag this out, you know, we just kind of fell down here, we formed another one, and now potentially getting ready to fall down into the next ranges. So that's the main thing that we've got to do, is identify where these levels are. It's not very difficult. You know, one of my favorite ways to identify what these levels might look like is simply by applying the VPVR indicator. So what I'm going to do is just remove everything from this chart, go for my preset, turn the indicator on, and take a look at this. We can start to get an idea of where you know, the support and resistance might be on this chart. There's a nice little spike right here. It's pretty much exactly where we're trading, actually. This range being 20.3 up to 20.6. You know, this kind of $300 level potentially, you know, helping Bitcoin just a little bit. Below this, I'm seeing another spike down here at 19K. And actually, this is where I think Bitcoin is going to be going to next. The reason that I'm looking at 19K is because it's a little bit below that 20K low. You know, again, you've been hearing me say this a lot. I want to see these longs get flushed out. You know, we're not seeing it, ladies and gents. These motherfuckers keep piling on their long positions. The more the prices drop down, you know, and the prices keep dropping down to get those longs down. So, you know, we're you know, cat and mouse type situation right now. It's pretty disgusting, actually. There's no you know, it's not like there's any relief around the corner, just with these factors in mind. But bottom line, yeah, we do still have these areas of support. You know, we are still in a situation where if we're able to capture some support down here, you know, at towards the bottom of this range, we kind of end up trading in some sort of channel that looks a little bit like this. Capture support here, move up to the top of the range, capture resistance, move down to the bottom, and then so on. You know, this doesn't necessarily need to happen, but it's pretty plausible that it would happen. It's definitely not hard to believe, and I think that's especially because if we do start slipping below that 20K area, you guys got to keep in mind that this is quite a psychologically charged price level, right? So if we do slip below 20, especially considering, you know, the last time we really had this big dump now, this was 74 days ago, guys. I mean, that's a lot of time to let the pain just kind of fester, just sit there. You know, this is kind of one of the things that I talk about inside of the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 Academy course. So if you're in VIP already, you're gonna most likely already have free access to this, you know, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Depending on which plan you have, you'll have access to this. So if you want to get inside, these are the steps on screen. But this is a really important thing to keep in mind, in my opinion, just because the markets try to, inflict as much pain as possible, and there's two ways to do that. The first way is you drop the price down, and the second way is you just apply time pressure, and the time pressure is what really gets people, and so when you have that combination, and now you look at potentially revisiting the bottom of the range, people are always most bearish at the bottom and most bullish at the top, and that's why you've got to be on the opposite side of these things. That's where the money is made as a trader, of course. That's exactly why you want to be making sure that you're taking your profits when you're in nice positions. You don't want to be getting too greedy, because that's often where a lot of problems do tend to set in. But, like I said, if we do end up revisiting the bottom of this range, I think there's going to be a lot of, cries for significantly lower price levels, and that hopefully will start to give us that shift in the longs as well. I'm sure the fear and greed index is, it hasn't quite updated, I think, since this dump happened. The dump was actually pretty recent. It was the last couple of hours. So we don't have an updated reading on the fear and greed index, but I'll come back to this in 6 hours, and probably won't make a video in 6 hours, but I'll take a look, and if there's anything important to say, I'll be here. So just make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel as well, so you don't miss out on that beautiful content there. Ethereum's still the star of the show, in my opinion, though. Take a look at this. It's just completely lost quite a bit of the gains that it established, that it managed to get against Bitcoin right here. Totally fine. It's actually, to me, potentially forming a symmetrical bullish triangle right now, so that's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. If this starts looking like it's consolidating, I am actually bearish on Ethereum against Bitcoin. I'm expecting it to go down, but if I'm seeing bullish patterns develop, well, what can I say? It's not something that I'm going to ignore. And we bring it to Ethereum USD. Take a look at this. This is really, really nice. Again, if you watched that previous video, guys, I was saying exactly this. I did say that we could go a little bit higher in this range, but for the most part, was definitely expecting this pullback in the market. So do just smash up a like right there if you heard that, because that was a really, really good, bold prediction. I'm pretty proud of that, and we have managed to drop down now to the mid $1,500 range. We've got this last little bit of support right here. The market was kind of enjoying it over here and here and here, and if we lose this, then we pretty much are already, I think, we pretty much have already initiated this leg down, but yeah, there are these last little bits that could support Ethereum. The thing for me is I just look at these dumps, and generally when you have this kind of slow march upwards and then a quick waterfall down, which is basically what we have. In fact, I can quantify this so that this makes even more sense. If we look at how long it took for Ethereum to get from this price level, this low, to our high of this local rally right here, this was 3 days and 4 hours, and to erase almost all of it took only just over a day. So it's pretty clear we're moving potentially 3 times faster when we're moving down, and it's not just here. You can zoom out, and the same thing applies right here. If you look at how long it took for Ethereum to get from $1,565 up to $2,000. It took Ethereum 12 days, just under 2 weeks there, and to erase that price action, Ethereum did it in 6 days. So essentially we took 12 days up and 6 days down, 3 days up and 1 day down. This is what do I say? This is pretty. This is pretty typical for a market that's going to start sweeping lows. Does it mean that we will? Absolutely not. Again, we're always just talking about probabilities on this YouTube channel, but unfortunately, take a look. We've got that Ichimoku resistance right here. We've got some EMA resistance. We've even got that big Ichimoku actually on the daily time frame. I haven't even been speaking about this. The last one went pretty badly for Ethereum, so I'm not too optimistic about how this might go for Ethereum now. And Bitcoin's a kind of similar case here. The last one also for Bitcoin was problematic, and unfortunately it's been the same on this occasion as well. I don't think that we're looking at sweeping 17 though. You know, I think that that's still really far away. You know, I think that we've still got a lot of things that can help the market, and right now just sentiment and emotions are very reliable gauges of where the market might go. You know, if you just kind of generally keep an eye and an ear out for you know, what people are saying, what people are feeling, and so on, I feel like you can build a really good image of where the market might you know, might be ready to reverse, because people just tend to really group together in their fear or their greed right now. I mean, really, it's quite magnificent to watch the same idiots making the same mistakes over and over, you know, and they just don't learn, you know. But that's great for us, because obviously that means we have something to play with. You know, we can do some work out here. So that's all very, very exciting, and you guys already know the deal. Any trades that I make are always posted right inside 𝗪𝗪's VIP, which you can join by following these steps on screen right here. I also want to mention BitGet. You guys know that I just put out a video about them. These guys are they're not actually a new exchange, but they're just blowing up right now. They offer a lot of very, very cool things here, including, for me, the main place I live is of course the futures. The cool thing about BitGet is, like all exchanges, these guys are going big. They are offering this is actually the biggest bonus I've ever heard of any exchange. They're offering $8,000 for you to sign up using my link in the description down below. So you know, that's a lot of free money, ladies and gents. You know, if you combine that with the 4,000 on Bybit, you're looking at $12,000, guys, that you can get completely free of charge just by signing up to my links. It's kind of mind-blowing how they're able to do that, but go ahead and check it out. These guys are legit. I've used them. I've been working with them now for actually not very long. You know, in the video I made about them, you can go search it on my YouTube channel. I was telling you guys, you know, I'm going to be trying them out over these next couple of months. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far, and I'll be telling you guys about how that goes. So keep an eye out for them. I'm going to be bringing them up more often, but for now, get yourself signed up if you want that $8,000 for free with my link in the description. With that though, I really hope you have enjoyed this very concise video. Really, I mean, it is a little bit long, but we kept it tight, you know, kept it dense. There's a lot of very important stuff going on here, and I just want to make sure that we're staying grounded, guys, because a lot of people are going to get swept around with these waves in this market right now. They're not going to be able to hold it down. They're not going to stay sane. You know, they're going to really, when the market reaches its lows, they're going to be the most bearish and most bullish at the tops, and we want to stamp that out as much as possible and just kind of remain objective. So one of the focuses of my analysis over these next days and weeks is going to be just looking more at the emotions in the market, because I found that to be the single most reliable metric in telling me where the market might go, and I'm going to be paying more attention to it you know, moving forward, because it's working right now. So stick around for that. If you're excited for it, you know what to do. With that though, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much, and I'm out. Bye bye.